in gathering listings, you know, honestly, one of my best tools is the fact that I have been selling real estate and I have been very successful. But to be successful, there is no magic script. I love that, how, you know, so many people try to hawk scripts. There isn't a magic script. But you do have to invest. I invest in the marketing of my listings. I invest in being able to provide my sellers services and extra things that no one else will. One of the best things that I offer, and when I'm going through a listing presentation, and I think that this is a very important point to make, one of the best, California, it's a great state to live in. It's got beautiful weather. It's also the most litigious state in the United States. I believe there's percentages, approximately 85% of the real estate lawsuits are brought by buyers. And they're brought against sellers, and unfortunately they throw us into it too. What I provide my sellers with each and every listing is an E&O policy. That E&O policy I get through CRES Insurance, and I think it's one of the most wonderful things that I've ever seen in my life. Because I can offer my sellers, and depending on which home protection plan you use, you know, it has the potential of being doubled or tripled. But you can offer your sellers that peace of mind. Because what's most important to your sellers, other than selling their home, is when they walk away with their equity, that they can keep it. And I make that point to them. Because my goal is to not only sell your home, market it to its best advantage, but it is also to protect your equity when you walk away. And this is one way that I do this, because I pay for this policy. Now, when I was with my wonderful broker with Century 21, his insurance carrier was CRES Insurance. And so he's the one who actually was smart enough to get this program, and I just loved it. Going to work for a company that's an NRT company, and I don't know if anybody here, you know, has that, but NRT doesn't have, you know, they're self-insured, and it's so funny when you really read the bottom line what is there, it isn't much insurance. So actually what I did is I now have a separate policy that I pay for, which is called the Agent Protection Plan. And I love that policy because it gives me the ability to have that E&O insurance, which I use as a listing tool. I mean, it costs me, I think it's $680 a year. And I mean, it's paid for itself over and over and over again from the listing appointments. Because as nice as this benefit is, agents are not aware it's there. Because the brokers that do have that insurance policy don't, you know, give those agents the training to understand how to use it. One thing that I do is in each and every, and I brought actually a copy of one of my listing presentations. I think it's important with each and every listing presentation to actually show up with something that you're going to leave with the client. And I kind of brought you a kind of a basic example. You know, there's certainly much nicer ones that you can get out there, but you know, I list homes that, you know, range in price between $500,000 to $3 million. And honestly, I'm surprised that other brokers don't do this little bit to honestly market themselves as well as give knowledge and an explanation to the sellers. You know, and I am going to talk about a few other companies here. I don't know, are you aware of something called Cloud CMA? Mm-hmm. You are, okay. There is a company called Cloud CMA. All of us do the market analysis on the multiple listings. The only thing about that is that the pictures aren't that clear. There is something, and I didn't bring it with that in it, darn it, I guess they took it out. The Cloud CMA has these gorgeous photos of each and every listing that your listing will be competing against. When I'm in a discussion with the sellers, what I usually will start telling them is that, and I think this is an important point to make, what they list their home for is their decision. It isn't mine. But I try to make sure it's an educated decision. And what I'm telling you, without telling them, every time we go on a listing appointment and we take it, especially for someone like me who spends a lot of money on marketing, I'm gambling. I am gambling that I am going to be able to sell my investment, because that's what it is. Whether it is just time or the advertising, I don't know, in San Diego how much they do brokers' lunches, and honestly we don't up where I am, but I spend a lot of money on advertising. So for me to take a listing, I have to feel some comfort that it is well priced. Both for my integrity and reputation, I don't like the thought of having a listing that doesn't sell. But on top of that, when I go through having marketed homes, and I had one house that I had listed at $6 million. And I decided, really and truly, I got to do a great job of marketing this home. I spent $30,000 on marketing a house that did not sell. I keep thinking about the car I could have bought for one of my kids. Now, although I did not sell that house, I did get other buyers out of it that have more than paid for that.